Hi all. In this video, we will discuss about genetic algorithms. Genetic algorithms provide an approach to learning that is based loosely on simulated evolution. Hypotheses in the genetic algorithms are described by bit strings or computer programs. Genetic algorithms provide a learning method motivated by an analogy to biological evolution rather than search from general to specific hypotheses or from simple to complex. The problem addressed by genetic algorithms is to search a space of candidate hypotheses to identify the best hypothesis. How to identify one hypothesis is a best one? That one depends on the fitness of that particular hypothesis. How to take fitness? For example, for playing chess, in the case of playing chess, fitness can be defined as a number of games won by individual when playing against other individuals in the current population. What is the population is a total hypotheses which are present in that particular scenario. Like that, we can take fitness of the hypothesis. So here, probability of that particular hypothesis can take as a fitness of that particular hypothesis divided by total of all the hypothesis fitness. Here is the working of genetic algorithm. It operates iteratively by updating a pool of hypotheses. On each iteration, all the members of population are evaluated according to the fitness function. A new population is then generated by probabilistically selecting the most fit individuals from the current population. Out of these most fit individuals, some are selected and carried out to the next population. Others are used for creating new offspring individuals by applying crossover and mutation operations. Here we have to discuss about these crossover and mutation operations. How to represent hypotheses? So in all the hypotheses in genetic algorithms are often represented by bit strings or computer programs. Here we will see how to represent by using bit strings. For example, you take one attribute, outlook attribute. Yeah, here this particular attribute contains three values. Okay. One is sunny, overcast, rain. Okay. So here, if outlook equal to sunny only, if outlook attribute value is sunny, then how to take the bit string? So that is first one because its outlook value is sunny 100. If outlook is equal to overcast, how to take the bit string 010? If outlook is uh, conjunction of overcast and rain, so bit string is 011. So in most general case, so that is all attribute values acceptable. In that case, the bit string is all ones. Most specific case, in that case, bit string is all zeros. Take another attribute in play tennis table, that is a wind attribute, which has two possible values, strong and weak. In that case, bit string length is only 2 bits. So if wind is strong, how to represent bit string, that is 10. Now see if then rule. Okay, so here to explain this if then rule, we are considering only two attributes in play tennis table. So assume this is my if then. If wind equal to strong, then play tennis is a yes. In this case, outlook contains three attributes which is not considered here. So whatever may be the outlook value, depending on wind value, we are taking play tennis yes or no. So in that case, what is the meaning of that one? Whatever may be the outlook value, any value for outlook is considered. That is a most general case, most general hypothesis. All are acceptable. In that case, 1 is the case. Bit string value for outlook case. Next, wind equal to strong. For that bit string is 1 0. Then play tennis is yes. For that bit string is 1 0. Here one drawback is present. What is that one? If play tennis has two values, yes, no. Okay. So for example, if you take 1 1 in the case of play tennis, then ambiguity is present. So to overcome that, always we have to use only one bit for output. What is the purpose of genetic operators? These are used in generation of successors in genetic algorithms. Two genetic operators are present. Those are crossover and mutation. Crossover operator produces two new offsprings from two parent strings by copying selected bits from each parent. How to take these selected bits? So that one depends on the crossover mask. Here we can observe three types of crossovers. First one is a single point crossover. So what is the process in the genetic crossover case? Uh, from two parent strings, we are generating two offsprings. Okay, so based on the crossover mask. So you observe here, these are two parent strings, so string 1 and string 2. These are parent 1 and parent 2. So from these two, we are generating two offsprings. Here, crossover mark is single point crossover. Okay, so that is one part from uh, one parent, next part from the second parent. So here five ones are present in this crossover and six zeros are present. Now see these offsprings. In the first offspring, first part, that is five bits are from first parent, remaining 6 bits from second parent. Observe the second offspring. So that one is first 5 bits from second parent, next 6 bits from first parent. So that is depending on the crossover mark where mask we are taking. Okay, there how they are represented, only two parts, ones and zeros. All ones in one case and the remaining zeros are placed as a second group. Like that we are taking. Next we come to the 2-point crossover. In this case, observe this crossover mask, first two zeros and remaining five ones, four zeros separately we are taking. So zeros are placed in two groups, once in single group. Now observe this, in that is a 2-point crossover. You observe this one, two parents we are taking, P1 and P2. So how these offsprings are developed? Okay, see, observe first zeros, where first two zeros we are taking from the parent one, those values, and these ones we are considered for the second parent. These five positions we are taking from the second parent. Next zeros we are taking from the first parent. Next, for offspring 2, how these are considered. First 2 bits we are taking from the parent 2 and the next 5 bits we are taking from the parent 1. Next bits we are taking from the parent 2. That is only a 2-point crossover. Okay, so this total, this crossover works only on the how your crossover mask is present. Now, next one is uniform crossover. So here these ones and zeros are placed uniformly in your mask. Okay, now see 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 1. Okay, if you consider one from one parent, all ones those positions we have to take from that parent only. Zeros you consider for second parent. Those positions we have to take from the second parent only. Observe this one is P1 and P2. Okay, so how this first offspring is generated. Okay, so one in this case, one is taking from one positions we are taking from P1 and zero positions we are taking from the P2. Now see this one. First one is a 1 in the mask. First one is 1. We are taking from the P1. So that one is here. Next two zeros. We are zero positions we are taking from the P2. Those things we are keeping here. Okay, so next two ones. Ones we are taking from the P1. So 0 1. Okay, so next 1 0, that is we are taking from the P2. Okay, so that is 0. Next 1. Okay, so that is present, that is we are taking from this one. We have taken that one. Next two zeros, two zeros. Okay, we are taking from P2. These are 0 1. Next two ones we are taking from the P1. Okay, like that we are taking one position bits we are taking from the P1. 0 0 position in the mask we are taking from the P2. Those things we are keeping in the offspring 1. Next, vice versa. In the offspring 2 case, how we are considering 1 positions you are taking from the parent 2, 0 positions you are taking from the parent 1. Mutation is a direct process. So here we are making only small random changes to bit string by taking one bit at random, changing its value. If its value is 0, we are changing to 1. If its value is 1, we are changing to 0. Fitness function and selection. The fitness function measures the overall performance rather than individual performance. It defines a criteria for ranking potential hypotheses. To select this fitness, we follow three selection procedures. First one is a fitness proportionate selection. Here, the probability that a hypothesis will be selected is given by the ratio of its fitness to the fitness of other members of the current population. Second selection criteria is tournament selection. Here, two hypotheses are chosen at random from the current population with the probability P for most fit one and probability is 1 minus P for less fit one. Next criteria is rank selection. Here, the selected hypotheses are placed in the sorted list. That sorted list sorted list is created depending on their fitness values. After that, selection is carried out. This is the algorithm for genetic algorithm. Okay, here see first one is fitness, a function that assigns an evaluation score given a hypothesis. Fitness threshold. Okay, so threshold value for the termination criterion. P is the number of hypotheses to be included in the population. R is the fraction of population to be replaced by crossover at each step. So in each iteration, what are you doing? Some hypotheses we are selecting, some are directly we are sending to the next population, and for some high passes we are performing these uh, genetic operations, those are crossover and mutation. In this case, that fraction, how many you want to take for that purpose, that fraction is given by the R. M is the mutation rate. So first step in this case is first we have to initialize the population. That is all the high passes we have to generate at random. Next we have to evaluate. What we have to evaluate? We have to take the fitness of all the hypotheses. So here, while max fitness is less than fitness threshold value, we have to perform our iteration process. So create new generation PS. Okay, how to create that one? So first by using probability we have to select those things. So that is a PR of HI equal to fitness of HI divided by total fitness. Then we have to apply our genetic operations. One is crossover, next one is mutation. After that we have to update, that is a PS value we have to copy to the P, and again evaluate. For each hypothesis fitness we have to evaluate. So we have to continue this process. We have to continue this process until that condition is satisfied. So once that condition fails, you are coming out of that particular while loop. So that gives the best hypothesis. So by using one example, we will discuss this genetic algorithm. So Gable uses a genetic algorithm to learn Boolean concepts represented by a disjunctive set of propositional rules. So this first representation will take. So here, if then rule, if A1 equal to T, so two attributes are present, A1 and A2. Output is only one output. C is the output. So A1 equal to T. What are the probable values for A, T and false, true or false? So here A1 is true, that's why its value 1 0 we are taking. A2 is false, 0 1. Okay, so next one is C is equal to T. So we already have taken, what is the disadvantage of taking two values? So there problem will come. So for output, we can take only one value. If it is true, 1. If it is false, 0. So 1 we are taking. So see the next rule. If A2 equal to 2 is true, then here A1 is not represented here. So what is the meaning of that one? A1 is the most general case. Whatever may be the A1 value, if A2 is true, result is false. So here A1 is most general one, 1 1. Any value is acceptable. Okay, A2 is true, that's why 1 0. C is false, C is 0. So like that we can represent hypothesis. The given Boolean function, okay, the given function if then rule we are representing by in the hypothesis in the form of bit strings. So next parent we are taking directly. So that is H2 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. So this is the set we have taken. After that we have to apply genetic rules, crossover and mutation. After taking two parent hypotheses, we have to apply genetic operator to get the offsprings which are to be added to the next population. So observe this crossover operation. So to apply this crossover operation, first we have to apply get the crossover points for the two parents H1 and H2. So here crossover points we considered for the first parent is 1 and 8. So total in the case of H1 we have 10 bits. First 5 bits present from first if then rule, second 5 bits for the second if then rule. So see this first bit position 1 is present in the first if then rule. Okay. Before that to the left side How many bits are there? One bit is there. So D1 value is 1. From the second bit position, which is present after 8, which is present in second if then rule. Okay, so before 8 up to leftmost position in the second if then rule, how many bits are there? 3 bits are there. So D2 is 3. So we calculated D1 and D2 values for the first parent. With the same D1 and D2 values, to get same D1 and D2 values in the second parent also, we have to select the crossover points for the second parent. So what are the possible ones here? We have 1 3, 1 8 and 6 8. You observe this 1 3, 1 3 both are present in first two if then rule only. So here before 1, how many bits are there? 1 bit. So D1 is 1. So before 3, how many bits are there? 3 bits are there. So D2 is 3. So you can choose that one. Similarly, 1 8, D1 is 1, D2 is 3. You can also choose that one. Similarly, 6 8, which both are present in second if then rule. Okay, so here also D1 is 1, D2 is 3. Out of these three, any one you can choose. For our example, we have considered 1 3. We have considered 1 3. So that one is shown here. That one is shown here. That is 1 3 we considered. So here this is the mask. Here this is the mask we consider. Here we are using 2-point crossover mask. Observe this one. What are the resulting offsprings here? H3. H3 is first position we are taking from H1. Okay, and second these things we are taking from the H2. That means entire part, this one we are replacing with 1 1, and last two are we have taken from H1. So H1, H2, H1 order we followed. Same here we have to follow the order, that is reverse case. So that is H2, H1, H2. So here this 1 1, this mask that we have to replace with the H1 crossover point area. That is these points are up to this point. Okay, that is these ones we are taking from H1, remaining these are from H2. Like that you can develop offsprings from the parent by using the crossover operator. After applying crossover operator, and we have to take the fitness function. In our case, what is the fitness function we have taken is fitness of H is equal to correct of H whole square, where correct of H is the percentage of all training examples correctly classified by hypothesis H. To improve performance of genetic algorithm, you can add extensions. So here two extensions are proposed. First one is add alternative. That means in a specific attribute. So in the examples, we may find many attributes. Out of those attributes, we can take one attribute. In that, we can change 0 values to 1 or 1 values to 0. Okay, like that, you can change that attribute. Okay, so to improve the performance. Next one is a drop condition. That means one attribute, okay, randomly by selecting one attribute, and we make that attribute as a most general one. That is by replacing all the bits for that attribute by a 1. How to take the hypothesis space search? Genetic algorithms apply a randomized beam search method to seek a maximally fit hypothesis. So here, by applying these genetic algorithms, what is the main drawback or main problem you can face is crowding. What do you mean by crowding? Crowding is a phenomenon in which some individual that is more highly fit than others in the population quickly reproduces so that copies of this individual and very similar individuals take over large fraction of the population. That means only certain set of hypotheses are considering for entire region. Okay, so major portion of the hypothesis we are not considered for the selection process. So that is the problem you may face in the case of genetic algorithms. We have taken crowding is the major drawback of genetic algorithm. What is the negative impact of crowding? It reduces the diversity of a population, thereby slowing further progress by the genetic algorithm. So, how to avoid crowding? So, you can avoid crowding by using tournament selection or rank selection. So here you can restrict the kind of individuals allowed to recombine to form offspring. Use schema to represent above crowd avoiding techniques. The evaluation of the population in genetic algorithms depends on the selection step, recombination step, and the mutation step.